देखे क्रिकेट टीवी जहां मिलने लगी क्रिकेट की सारी बातें जहां जोश भी है जहां होश भी है जहां क्रिकेट है आओ देखे क्रिकेट टीवी
cricket and more. I'm Hetvi Patel and we have Nikhil Morsawala with us who will explain us what happened at Arun Jaitley Stadium yesterday. RCB की bowling अच्छी नहीं थी but फिर भी DC was 75 all out and somehow I'm not happy on the score either way. So what happened yesterday? What do you think happened yesterday?
Again, one of the very unexplainable things or inexplicable things of this IPL. And you had the same team in sublime form exactly 48 hours before, making that
240.
265 or whatever, against the Punjab attack, which is also not bad. And then they play here and again Delhi, and I think that match was in Punjab, in Mohali or that side of the world.
No, that
So
was in Delhi. Same stadium.
same stadium. So what? I mean, the same team making 265 and then
Yeah.
losing 6 wickets in the first 4 overs in the power play and having going at 7 for 6 or 8 for 6 or whatever it was. I mean, how do you explain it? There is no way. Was the bowling lethal? Was it unplayable? I think not. It was a good. I would say it was a good bowling. It was the pitch was sort of supporting. There was seam. There was movement. There was, I think, a heavy atmosphere which helped the fast bowlers to do certain things in the air. But was it unplayable? The answer is no. So lack of application and the mindset. You see, I think Hetvi, this all goes back to this bang, 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 bang culture that we have. You don't wait to read the ball. You don't wait to read the pitch. You don't wait to read the bowler because the idea is from first ball, start hitting, irrespective of the conditions. And I think this, जो मनसा बन जाती है, इतने मैचों से जो मनसा बन गई थी कि करना क्या है, पहले 6 ओवर में 70 रन कर लो, फिर 150 रन कर लो, 200 अब तो अपने आप हो जाएगा, तो आके मारना शुरू करो। लेकिन जो स्थिति है, जो वहां की कंडीशंस है, उसको अगर आप भापोगे नहीं, उसको आप परखोगे नहीं, तो ये जो हुआ इनके साथ और जो राजस्थान के साथ हुआ था SRH के सामने पहली मैच में, उनके दोनों के बीच की पहली मैच में वही हुआ, क्योंकि आपने सिचुएशन को परखा नहीं, पिच को पढ़ा नहीं और आते ही आपने ये सोच लिया कि चलो हम शॉट्स मारते हैं और अपना 265 तो हुआ ही था, इस बार 200 हो जाएगा। तो मनसा जो चेंज करने की जरूरत है कि एवरी बॉल हैज टू बी प्लेड ऑन इट्स मेरिट, every pitch has to be understood, and every condition, weather conditions which are there, have to be understood and analyzed. That is gone out of the window because of what we saw in the last 30 matches where 200 became par for the course. So I think mansa badalne ki zarurat hai, application of mind from the batsman, which has gone completely out because it has become a mechanical thing to come and hit sixes and fours. So you don't see the application of mind. I think that has to happen. And bowlers should not think that abhi now ab mere din aa gaye. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, क्योंकि और एक आपका एक फ्लैट पिच आएगा और एक शॉर्ट बाउंड्रीज आएगी और आपको फिर 250 का पिटाई होगी आपकी। तो ये जो सोच समझ के आगे खेलना है, ये बैट्समैन की जो कंडीशनिंग है, मेंटल कंडीशनिंग, वो देखना जरूरी है कि हाउ दे हैव टू नाउ अंडरस्टैंड दैट इट इज नॉट cut and dried that every match the same thing will happen. You have to understand the situation, the pitch, the conditions, the bowling, and then move forward. But a horrendous show. Thankfully, they made that 76. They crossed RCB's lowest 49. Their lowest was 66. उनकी खुद की रिकॉर्ड 66 की थी, तो 75 तक चले गए। तो एटलीस्ट दे वर नॉट देयर रॉक बॉटम, कुछ तो किया उन्होंने। एंड दे गिव मिस्टर विराट कोहली द चांस टू मेक सम रन्स, आके सेकंड इनिंग में आके कुछ तो रन बनाए। तो उन्होंने आके अपना काम किया और रन किया। उससे देखिए आपकी हाईएस्ट है इनका अभी नेट रन रेट, ये PBKS से भी ज्यादा है, लेकिन क्योंकि PBKS के पॉइंट्स ज्यादा है, 1 पॉइंट ज्यादा है, इसलिए PBKS नंबर 1 पे है। लेकिन अगर पॉइंट सेम होते तो फिर RCB would have gone to the top of the table. That 1 point from the drawn match is putting PBKS in a certain advantageous situation. So I think what we discussed during the mid tournament analysis 2 days back with Narayan, I think it's very clear that RCB now, at least now, I think with the run rate being there, seems to be in as comfortable a position and as safe a position as Punjab to be counted as the top contenders for at least two of the top four slots. The rest we don't know.
यस। और इम्पैक्ट प्लेयर का रूल अगर ना होता तो आई डोंट नो what would have happened for DC because it was Abhishek Purul who scored 30 out of the 75. तो उनके बिना तो वो भी 45 पे ही होते, maybe
Absolutely.
much lesser than what RCB has done. Um, so these sort of things really help the team in coming out of situations like this. But like you said कि थोड़ा resistance जो अभिषेक पुरोल और डेविड मिलर ने थोड़ा भी दिखाया, वो starting में शायद हम केएल राहुल जैसे players से expect करते हैं that that you play slow. Maybe 264 का confidence था जो टूट गया कल. That could
That's a
have been.
very interesting statistic that I am playing Narayan's role here. Narayan not here today. So taking on wearing his hat. There is one very interesting statistic on how each of the top team, each of the 10 teams have fared in the first 6 overs in power play. And it is so interesting to see that DC is at the bottom of the table. It is worse than KKR, worse than CSK, worse than LSG. In 8 innings, they have lost 19 wickets in the first 6 overs. They've lost 19 wickets, okay, in the first 6 overs. And they have made runs at an average of 20 runs for the first 6 overs. In a T20, to average 20 runs in the first 6 overs and lose 19 wickets is horrendous. That means the poor middle order has to come and start resurrecting the innings. Now
Yes.
look at who's on top, Punjab. In six matches, they have lost only 5 wickets in the first
Oh,
six overs. Only 5 wickets, which means that their opening batsmen, have sort of played the entire 6 overs, except losing 1 wicket in between, at an average of 91. So where is 20?
91.
Where is 20 at the bottom of the table, which is DC, and where is 91, which is Punjab, right up there? You see the big difference? It's massive. RCB is at number 3 at 55 in the first 6 overs. GT, interestingly, is at number 2 at
Oh,
65 average in the first 6 overs. And RR is at number 4. So those sort of rankings go there. SRH is at number 5 at 49, and MI, LSG, KKR, CSK like the balance. But DC being at the bottom of the table tells you a lot about how DC has performed in this tournament. That their top players, their openers, and by the way, another statistic, they have changed 9 pairs, opening pairs,
opening pairs.
from a IPL 25 to IPL 26, around 20, what number of matches they 20 matches they have played, or 25 matches they have played. They have changed the opening pair 9 times. Now, how does that, what does that tell you about the team? Where is the
Yeah.
rhythm? Where is the pairing? Where is the chemistry? How does poor KL Rahul, 6 बीवियां को लेके कैसे घूमता होगा? So it's like getting married, no?
The constant. Yeah.
When you're batting first, that chemistry has to be that a husband and wife share, right? Because
Yes,
signal hota
yes.
hai, you don't have to actually say something. Body language is there, bhangu, nahi bhangu, run, loon, nahi loon. That calling, all that has a certain rhythm to it, which comes from staying together for a long time. Now, 9 times you change your partner. That's horrible. That's why
Mm.
the top, it's not clicking there. And then the other 4 5 later on have to come and do their magic and try to somehow salvage the situation. So DC has a problem. It is a problem in his opening slot with 9 changes in 20 25 matches, and then averaging 20 in 6 overs in the first 4 overs. My apologies, for in the first 4 overs. It's just not done. I mean, you can't win matches that way. So I think DC has to pull up its socks somewhere. It got to go back to its old chutzpah that it had, that Akshara was able to bring when he was first made captain in the previous season. You saw that bounce, that vigor in DC when they were playing in the last tournament, missing this time. And I think Akshar has to really
Yeah.
do something if he has to not sink further and further down the table. Because to lose a match,
Sorry, sir.
yeah, no,
We lost you there.
yeah, I think in between. So I was saying to make 265 and lose the match by itself must have been very demoralizing. And then to come back in the next match and then make only 75, further demoralizing. So I think they have to really come out of that morass that they're getting into, maybe that dejection, that drooping of the shoulders, that chalo ho gaya, abhi kya karna, that should not be there. They have to come back and fight like the lions that they are.
अभी डीसी की bowling मतलब there's no point in talking about the
But
second innings of
how do
the
you
match. I
defend
mean कुछ था
75
नहीं.
against Virat
There's
Kohli,
no
against
way.
Padikkal?
Yeah. And RCB has really transformed from what it was 2, 3 years ago. They have really notched their game up, and of course, they have stayed as a team. एक team बन के आ रही है. DC, I think they are still figuring out who the team will be. Akshar Patel is still being tested as captain this time, so and
I think
let's see how they fight back.
RCB, the two P's are making a big difference. Padikkal and Patidar. I think the
Yes.
fact that they are, if Virat was once upon a the sole performer along with AB de Villiers when ABD was there, and they could see only these two people being the bulwark of the batting of RCB.
Yeah.
Now you're seeing people like Patidar and Padikkal stepping up and saying, guys, we're also there,
They're
and the
ready.
way they speed up the and Padikkal in particular. I was a big fan when he was in Rajasthan Royals 2 3 seasons ago. He made up that top of with Josh Butler and Yashasvi Jaiswal, and then Padikkal would come later. And he was dynamite at that time. Also, but his form in this tournament is brilliant. I think he's knocking in the door of the Indian team somewhere. And the way that the rhythm with which he's playing, it's not just the runs that he makes, and the quality of the runs that he's making is fantastic. You don't see him slogging, you don't see him hitting any ball. He plays balls on merit, he hits well, he hits clean and gives very little chances. And I think it's a pleasure to watch him play, honestly. It's like an artist. He flows, like our dancer is in rhythm. That is the way his rhythmic movement and the way he hits the ball and the sound of the bat on the ball and the ball soaring over is absolute poetry. And I think I hope that his form continues because this it's always good to see like Rohit in his element. When Rohit Sharma was in his element hitting sixes and fours, it was not cricket, it was rhythm. It was a performing art the way these people, even Virat Kohli, the way he plays.
Yeah.
It's not just simply bat and ball. It's the way you hold your head, the way you go on your toes, the way you swivel, the way the backswing, which is there, how it comes down in the arc. All these are very critical elements of hitting that one beautiful shot. And I think these people, particularly Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, naturally, I think this natural talent that is there makes cricket so watchable. It's not like, I must apologize for always beating down Rishabh Pant, but he's one of the ugliest good batsmen. When I say ugly, I don't mean the way he looks. I mean the way he hits and suddenly falls down. And he loses
Yeah.
his balance and he loses his
Clumsiest.
bat
Yeah.
sometimes. So you don't see the rhythm, you don't see the balance. You see a slog. And in the slog you lose
Yeah.
your balance and you fall down. Here there is no falling down. Here is a beautiful part of the whole thing. Every step, every movement is synchronized, and then you see that shot going. And it's a absolute pleasure to watch. So, Padikkal, I think RCB is one of the biggest assets in this season, and I hope he continues his form.
Yes. Just maybe a couple of words on Bhuvneshwar Kumar and
I have
he's
to
a good
apologize. I called him an old horse. I called him worn out. I clubbed him with Natarajan and Ronald Cut. They're the same. They're from the same sort of generation. But
yeah.
I think if you leave aside, if you think one outlier in that group, definitely Bhuvneshwar. And I was a big fan when he started playing. I love his action, the way he bowls, and a very whippy action, very much like Javagal Srinath and a very smooth action and very deceptive bowler. When he comes in bowling at you, you're not scared of him. He doesn't come at you ferociously like say Hardik Pandya would come. You see Hardik Pandya and you might this guy is going to be taking a wicket. This guy is like my, but the way he bowls is brilliant. And I think like Prasidh Krishna. who's still
Yeah.
got a lot of play to go. But I would say in that category, whippy action, bowled well, uses the pitch well, uses the seam well, thinking bowler, looks a batsman and is able to also get a bounce because slightly taller than normal cricketers, so they get a higher action and which allows them to bounce the ball well. So I think great performance. I'm happy for him because I had written him off at the beginning of the season. I think this is fantastic. Great to see senior citizens like him playing so well.
Well, he called himself a old person yesterday when he was getting the award. So yes, but he played brilliantly. It was wonderful to see him
Yeah,
knock the middle stump out. I don't know, in the first
absolutely,
wicket
absolutely,
itself, I
absolutely.
believe. Yeah, it was brilliant. DC are now at seventh. I think to get in the playoff, still in the playoff race, but of course there's less margin of error for them moving forward. Let's see how they fight back. Tonight we have Punjab versus RR. We will cover that in the next video. So stay tuned with us. We'll see you in the previews and thank you.
आओ देखे क्रिकेट टीवी जहां मिलेगी क्रिकेट की सारी बातें जहां जोश भी है जहां होश भी है जहां क्रिकेट है आओ देखे क्रिकेट